What makes a hero? Is it the side he fights for, or is it his honor, his integrity, his courage? In 1939, the newly elected Adolf Hitler began his rampage across Europe. Among his generals was Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox. Erwin Rommel was the youngest man in the history of Germany to reach the rank of Field Marshal. He was one of his nation's most decorated soldiers during World War I. At the start of the Second World War, he was given command of the Afrika Korps. Courteous in war, watchful in peace. This was the motto of the Corps. Rommel himself was the model of this conduct. The soldiers of the North Africa Campaign, German and British alike, respected Rommel and were surprised by his strong sense of honor. In fact, it was common for Rommel to send medics to the British lines after the battle to see if they need help tending to their wounded. Rommel later released his memoirs of the Africa Campaign in a book titled The War Without Hate. It was not only his honor that inspired others, but his courage as well. During battle, the Desert Fox would often ride around the front on a motorcycle, leading individual companies into battle. Hitler sent word from Berlin, ordering Rommel to execute all Jewish prisoners of war. Rommel tore up the message and threw it in the trash. He then ordered his doctors to treat all wounded enemy prisoners, Jewish or otherwise, with the same diligence as they would show to him. After America entered the war and the German occupation of North Africa fell, Rommel was sent to France to inspect the coastal garrisons. He strongly urged Hitler and the other German generals to improve the defenses at Normandy, noting that it was the most vulnerable stretch of coast. Thankfully for the Allied cause, Rommel's warnings were ignored. After the successful D-Day invasion of Normandy, a conspiracy arose among a group of German officers to overthrow Hitler. The group had one problem. They did not have a strong enough personality in their ranks for Germany to rally behind until order could be restored. Rommel was the prime candidate for this, as he was praised all over Germany for his military genius. However, when the conspirators approached Rommel with their plan, the Field Marshal refused to join them. He believed that assassination was dishonorable, even for a man like Hitler. He insisted that the Führer be arrested and tried for his crimes. Rommel pleaded with Hitler to pull Germany out of France to a more defensible position. Hitler refused. Rommel returned to the conspirators and told them that he would ask Hitler to pull back one more time. If he still refused, Rommel promised to pledge his support to the coup in order to save Germany. He sent one last plea to Berlin, begging for the withdrawal of all German troops from France. Once again, Hitler refused. Unfortunately, 3 days before the conspiracy was to be carried out, Rommel's staff car was strafed by fighter planes from the British Royal Air Force, and Rommel was severely injured. The plans had to be altered, and the assassination of Hitler failed, as the bomb meant to kill him did not detonate properly. Rommel was implicated among the conspirators. Had it been anyone else, Hitler would have had him executed, but he was so well respected in the eyes of the German people that he was allowed to take his own life, preserving his reputation and the honor of his family. Nazi Germany fell in 1945, and the memory of Erwin Rommel faded, one more casualty in the terrors of the Third Reich. Had this brilliant man embraced Hitler's brutal methods, he could have won the war for Germany and lived a long, wealthy life as a celebrated national hero. Instead, he nobly gave everything to undo the horrors that Hitler inflicted upon humanity. Rommel's North African counterpart, General George Patton, once asked, "If a man does his best, what else is there?" The Desert Fox may have stood on the wrong side, but he proved himself a hero in an impossible situation. And I ask you, what else is there?